Hello. I just wanted to let you guys know I am so new at this. So if there are things I do wrong, just bear with me. I will get better. I promise. Now, I've wanted to go live a long time about this Oprah interview with Meghan and Harry. Yeah, such a disaster. Now, Meghan doesn't necessarily tell lies, but she mingles in words that make you think one thing, but it's not true. So, what I did was I pulled up a CBS story about the interview. And honestly, they summarized it better than I could. So, what I'm going to do is read some things from the that CBS story and tell you why it's factually not true, why, and point out the just deceivious stuff she does. Okay, here we go. The first paragraph of this article said in Sunday night's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, said the royal family had decided not to bestow a title on their son Archie. She said she was never given a reason why the first member of color in this family was not going to be titled in the same way other grandchildren would be. She said there were conversations around the same time about how dark Archie's skin color would be. Oh, like palm on forehead. So, number one thing that is wrong with this, Archie does have a title. His title is Earl of Dumbarton because that's one of Harry's minor titles. They said they didn't want him to be the Earl of Dumbarton because it had dumb in the name. Like what? So these two have not only shaded the Queen, they've shaded the whole country of Scotland. That is a Scottish title. Like, hello? And she's the one that brings up color. She says she was never given a reason why the first member of color in this family not be entitled in the same way other grandchildren would be. Okay. This is a direct shade on William and Kate. And the reason you can tell this is because she says grandchildren. Archie is not a grandchild of the Queen. He's a great grandchild. The only grandchild he is Charles. So she's punked off because all of William and Kate's kids have Prince, Princess, Prince. Her Royal Highness, His Royal Highness. That's why she's punked off. Okay? Let's be honest. So that's fine. I kind of think I've covered that first one. Next thing that popped out on me said when Archie was born, Harry and Meghan announced his name as Archie Mountbatten Windsor, the surname used by the royal family. But as Meghan pointed out in the interview, Archie and the baby girl they're expecting this summer would be entitled to become prince and princess when Harry's father, Prince Charles becomes king. Correct. Yes, you're right, Meghan. Okay. So Charles is not king yet. Now, Charles is in his 70s, dude. What if he passes away before the Queen does? Then Archie would never be a prince. So she's kind of putting the cart before the horse here. And it shows you how important it is to her that her kids are princes and princesses. This is the best quote. All the grandeur surrounding this stuff is an attachment that I don't personally have, she said. I've been a waitress, an actress, a princess, a duchess. I've always just still been Meghan. So for me, I'm clear on who I am, independent of that stuff. And the most important title I will ever have is mom. I know that. But the idea of our son not being safe, and also the idea that the first member of color in this family is not being titled in the same way that other grandchildren would be. Oh, dude. He is not the Queen's grandchild. He's the Earl of Dunbarton. Like, I'm just not understanding. And it's so funny. I've been a waitress, an actress, a princess, a duchess. Well, you didn't really get to be a princess and a duchess based on your abilities. Just saying. Oh, this woman drives me crazy. Another part of this article was hilarious because it said Queen Elizabeth's 5 other great grandchildren do not have titles other than William's children. For example, Princess Anne and her ex husband chose not to give their children titles, and none of Anne's grandchildren have titles either. Like, hello? Meghan cited a convention, okay, that the grandchildren of the monarch are titled prince or princess under the protocol set up by George V in 1917. The children and grandchildren of a sovereign have the automatic right to the title HRH or His or Her Royal Highness and the title of Prince or Princess. That extension does not apply to the great grandchildren of the monarch, although Queen Elizabeth has made an exception, giving the titles to William's children because they are directly in the line of succession. Okay. A, it's not a convention, it's called a letters patent. And B, it doesn't say that all the grandchildren of the sovereign have an automatic right to title. It says all the children of sons of the sovereign. That's why Princess Anne's children do not have titles. They Princess Anne was offered a title for her husband when they got married, and they refused it. So, and Prince Edward's daughter, Lady Louise, she had the title of lady. Now that she's 18, she could be a princess if she wants because she's a child of a son of the monarch. Like, seriously, I understand Meghan doesn't know any of this stuff, but for me to go on national TV and speak on something that you really have no idea on. Whew. And I know Harry is not the brightest bulb. But come on now. Does he not know his own family's history? Does he not know why his cousins Peter and Zara aren't prince and princesses? I mean, come on now. Someone has to know. Whew. She goes on to say, in the months when I was pregnant, all around the same time. So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security. He's not going to be given a title. And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born, Meghan said. Okay. Whew. The topic of security is very touchy in Britain. Okay. It costs millions of pounds a year to protect the royal family. So not everyone gets protection. Archie would have protection because he would be protected by Prince Harry's protection detail. He's not going to be given his own. The hell? Like, how many people does it take to guard 3 people? I mean, do all of you want your own security detail? Princess Anne, Princess Beatrice, Prince Edward, Sophie, they only get protection when they're doing royal duties, right? That's it. So the only people that get full-time protection are those in the direct line of succession. And William's children only have their own protection when they go to school. And I'll guarantee you, it's not their own protection officers. It's Williams that go with them to school. God. And do you see how she throws in there that, oh, he won't be given a title and he won't get security? Oh, and how dark is he going to be? My family, my older sister, is very Irish. Very Irish. She has pale skin, blue eyes, red hair. She married an Italian. Both my family with his family, we were together and we were all talking about what their kids would look like. And we laughed about how funny it would be if they had the Italian complexion and blue eyes and red hair. I mean, families have it. Meghan and Harry are not the first interracial couple in the whole entire world. Like, why do you have to make it about race? So, none of the things that she said here are true, right? Well, I'm sure there could have been conversation about how dark his skin might be, but I'm sure it wasn't like anything nefarious. I'm sure it was just like, hey, because Prince Harry is so fair and red hair and Meghan is biracial, what do you think? I mean, that's natural. But he won't be given security and not a title. That's a total lie. Lie, lie, lie. Meghan said the conversation they had with palace officials about the level of security they would receive was also tied to whether or not Archie would be a prince. She said it was the security protection, not the royal status she really cared about. Really? Really? Obviously, it's the royal status she cared about because he would get protection because Harry had protection. It has nothing to do with your title. Like I said, Princess Eugenie, Princess Beatrice, they don't have royal protection. They only have royal protection if they do royal duties. Ugh. Meghan told Oprah that Archie's title was not her or Harry's decision to make, but rather that is their birthright to then make a choice about it. Right, Meghan? Yeah. See, this is the thing. She wanted him to be a prince whenever he was born. He will be a prince probably within the next 10, 15 years. No, sorry. He will be a prince within the next 5 years, okay? So slow your roll there, sister. I mean, we're not talking that because she's biracial, he will never have a title of prince. I mean, that's friggin' ridiculous. So, yeah. And that's all I have to say with that interview. But it was friggin' ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. Who, like, did she expect the royal family to change all the rules for her? Like, I'm just not understanding what she was trying to get at. Okay, hold on. I'm going into YouTube. So, yeah, it wasn't because she was of color. Like, that had nothing to do with it at all. It's the way the royal family is. And of course, all of William and Kate's children should be given the title of prince and princess because they're going to be. Their whole entire life, they will be princes and princesses. I mean, that's just the way it is. Lord. Okay, I'm trying to go into the YouTube and I have no idea how to do that. Because I see there's one guest. Oh, that's me. So, anyway, I hope you like this video. I'm going to make more videos. But I hope to be able to present uh, screenshots and videos and stuff like that because my next video, I really want to do the Princess Diana one. Hoof. There has been so many rumors that were around in 1997 that are now being brought back in 2022. It's freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. All of these were like kiboshed back in the early 2000s and still they're coming up today because people don't do the research, right? So, anywho, I hope you like the stream and I hope you'll subscribe so we can have chats when I do the lives. That would be awesome. Have a great day. Love you bunches. And bye for now.